Hello and welcome. It's been a while since I posted, but I just came across an interesting transaction that I was party to that I wanted to share. And this has a lot to do with kind of disrupting the current market. And it's October 3rd right now, and CMHC has just come out with new mortgage rules, meaning that it's going to be more difficult for new home owners or new home purchasers to qualify, and they'll qualify for less in essence. And it's just one more stressor on these poor people who are trying to, well, they're not poor, but you know what I mean. It takes a lot of money to buy a property. And it's very difficult. And as time goes on, more and more new home owners or home buyers are forced into the condo market. And some people just don't want to be in that market. They don't want to be in a box. They don't want an inflexible home situation where you can't make improvements, where those improvements may not yield a return on their investment. They have dogs that they constantly have to walk. They just want a yard to let them out into, etc., etc. They may not want maintenance fees, although I argue maintenance fees are just as pertinent in a home. So in this case, two couples, smart people who have known each other for a long time and trust and have a relationship, pre-existing relationship, have got together, teamed up, and purchased an income property together. And it's an amazing solution, and it worked out very well for them. Together they qualified for more. Of course, if you go over $1 million, you need 20% down, so there's still a limit to one's enthusiasm. But it gives you all of those benefits that one desires when one is looking for a home. If you're not looking for a home and you're looking for a condo, you just stop this right now and do something else. But if you are curious about combining forces with somebody else, first of all, feel free to call me. I'm happy to facilitate any of these conversations that you may have with friends or family. But here are some important kind of starting points. You kind of have to be flexible. You're going to be both user and owner, and either one can be flexible. You can be a larger owner or a smaller owner, and you could be a larger user or a smaller user. In this case that I'm talking about, both couples came in 50-50, but they'll be living in a, call it a 60-40 split. But they're just determining the value, market values of the units, and they're paying into the proverbial kitty accordingly. So it's very interesting. Now, the next thing they have to do is plan for any kind of disruption that might take place in their life. So an exit strategy. What happens if there's a divorce, a death, unemployment, anything like that? So these are things that come up. Life is change. Life is full of change, and one should not be making a short-term play. One should be prepared for things to change, and one should also be prepared for obstacles to divest yourself of this investment. It's going to be much more difficult than if you just are the sole owner and you can just sell it off. So you need agreements in writing, you need a plan in advance, and the plan can be anything you want it to be, as long as it's lawful. So those are some of the drawbacks of co-ownership, and it's not technically it's just multiple parties on title, and those are some of the benefits. I'll leave it for people to comment or discuss, and I'm available by phone to talk more about it. But I think it's really interesting. The unfortunate part is that these are usually tenanted properties that are going to be less 2 or 3 tenants, and it's getting harder and harder to be a tenant in this city. So I feel bad about that. Other than that, these are 2 tenants that now have a property. So what are you gonna do? All right, it's good to see you all again, and I'll look forward to the next post. Bye-bye.